We'll follow up with Max and Catherine. All right, let's all be upstanding to welcome the new Mr. and Mrs. Lauren.
Let me start in a simple place. I got into the dictionary and looked up the definition of marriage. I'm going to read this word for word. So it's the social institution under which a man and a woman establish their decision to live as husband and wife by legal commitments. Are you happy with that? So further research, I went out further into the market, further into Google, and thought I found a little poem. I thought, let's make this romantic. Let's get this really nice and a little fairy tale kind of story. So I got this poem. Once upon a time, the guy asked the girl to marry him, and the girl said no. And the guy lived happily ever after. Went fishing into the footy and played golf and farted whenever he wanted. The end. Well, this is a bit negative. I want it to be positive. It's a positive day. It's going to be a positive story about marriage, right? So, well, I'm not doing much good. So I'm going to go to the first person that I would lean to for advice in this scenario is my dad, Gary up there in the back. He's a senior petroleum geologist. He studied in archaeology and geology all his life. You may think, what the hell was this have to do with what he's going to say? So what I did was I said, how's your career influenced how you look at marriage? And my mum also. And he said to me, Matt, an archaeologist is the best husband a woman can have. The older she gets, the more interested I get in her. That was when she was in the room, and then she left the room. And then he said, Matt, do you know why there's so many female archaeologists? And I said, no. And he said, because they love digging up the past. So then further research took me to communication is a really key point of marriage. Communication came up and stuff, and then to communicate clearly all the time. So I was discussing with Jamie out the back out the door, and he's going to say, and he said, it's a very difficult and important part of marriage, clear communicators all the time. And he said, it is very important. He said, I asked my wife what she wanted for Christmas, and she said, nothing would make me happier than a diamond necklace. So we bought her nothing, and she was pissed off. He said, even I was saying, she always tells me I never listen, or something like that. The next part was that arguments are going to be inevitable over time. We all go through them once a day, a week, a month, whatever. So I asked Orbis what he does in his every argument right now. And he said, to break the silence after an argument, I just tighten all the jar lid so she has to talk to me. It's true. So then now I'm just going to wind this up quickly so we can get on to more important people. But we went to the best members and advice for Stuart directly. It was very important. So, first from Ian. And he said, Stuart's been really busy renovating the family home, such an amazing job, a very handy man, built this loving family home, which I haven't seen yet, but I'm sure it is. So, yeah. But, he said, his advice to Stuart was make sure you are a very good husband to Lauren. Because wives are like grenades. Remove the ring and boom, the house is gone. The next one was Max. Max got to do some research on fact. All this years and opinions can be opinions, but facts are concrete. And you gave me a fantastic fact, didn't Max? Fact. Marriage is the main reason for divorce. And next, I went on to my good friend Raymond. I said, listen, let's have some advice for Lauren. I can't believe that Stuart and Ben, that's Lauren to advice, that's got to be balanced. MC, neutral position, you guys can be biased, and I can't be biased. So, Raymond, any advice for Lauren? And he said, if a man says he will fix it, he will. There is no need to remind him every 6 to 7 months. Then I went to a really nice man that has a very nice reception and really treats women really, really well. And the best person was Peter. I've got to read what he said because he gave me a paragraph. Remember? So, maybe share away from that. Okay, I'm going to read this to get it right, because he put a lot of time into writing it. He said, so the question is, are women equal to men? He said, I think women are foolish to pretend that they are equal to men. They are far superior and always will be. Whatever you give a woman, they make greater. If you give her sperm, she'll give you a baby. If you give her a house, she'll give you a home. If you give her groceries, she'll give you a meal. Or maybe make you cook the meal. If you give her a smile, she'll give you her heart.
Yeah, come on.
This is it.
No more.
She multiplies and enlarges what you give to her. So if you give her any crap, be ready to receive a ton of shit. And on that note, I'll hand over the doors.
This is my speech. After what was said now today, I don't think I can on much to that.
No, it's difficult.
The only thing is that Nikki and Lauren has done me after now 6 kids. And I can look forward and see how they are evolve with this verlof aan my Lauren. suburb. We went to play golf. He says, how long will a tree had taken? I said, probably 2 hours. We were there for an hour, 45 minutes. We were here. He says, look, it's 2 hours. So Jane and I said to him that you're making a pretense. Not supposed to, but he was always there with pieces. Whether it's 9 hours or 8 hours. Because that's your day off. And the nice thing is, after you play golf, and you're going home, and you're going to be home in 6 hours' time, you phone. And you say, oh, I'm going to buy dinner on my way home. And she was now home for about 4 hours. The waiter says, no, sweetheart, I cooked a meal for you. Enjoy yourself. That's when you go for 10 hours. Other than that, I'm very glad here with all you people. Again? Yeah. Max? You guys are going to come up with that. We in South Africa tried to wear these. We did. We called us tribe. So, are you guys wearing underwear? You'll have to find out later on. I'm not going to try and embarrass myself. I'm going to say, thanks. Love you for being with us. And, thanks you. Thanks for all your organising. Thanks all. And I was glad to meet all the museums people here. And people from Turuman, that's part of it. Thanks, boys.
Thank you.
As Margaret and Stuart first said, Stuart's father sadly unable to be here today, so I'd like to say a few words on his behalf. Those of you who were at Catherine's wedding may remember the Jim gave speech based on the initial name. So we thought it would be fun to do so again with Stuart. So here goes, Stuart. S-T-U-A-R-T. The S stands for Scouts. Stuart first met Ian, one of his best men, at the Scout Club when they were 12 years old. And it was here that their lifelong friendship began. 9 games at his son. Over the years, the two of them embarked on many a madcap idea, egging each other on, but also supporting each other. Spell it. Those of you who have ever received an email from Stuart will understand what I'm talking about. His dyslexia, however, has never really hindered him in any way, apart from one famous occasion when he booked a flight from Genova in Italy in Barbados. The U stands for uncle. Uncle to Mia, Isla, Ethan, Barney, Isabel, Georgina, and Horatio, all of whom adore their Uncle Stuart. And now he has become uncle-in-law to Emily and Sienna. The U also stands for UKSA, United Kingdom Sailing Academy, where his first marine qualifications began and where he first met Max, the other best man, and their firm, fun friendship began, which brings me neatly to the A for adventurers. Stuart and Max have been on some pretty harebrained expeditions over the years, culminating with the ultimate motorbike trip from Cairo to Cape Town last year, giving his mother many a sleepless night in the hotel. But it was in Cape Town he proposed to Lauren at the end of the trip. I hope both Lauren and Mark say the adventure with him will go on the back burner for a while. The R stands for cruise. Stuart has thoroughly embraced being half Scottish, due largely in part to his cousins Fiona and Susan, and Jim's sister Margaret and husband George. They shared many wonderful holidays in Barrow and the Outer Hebrides. Although Stuart never learned to play the bagpipes like his father, perhaps after hearing Colin play so beautifully today, he might try it. And finally, the last T stands for twin. Stuart was born 2 minutes after Catherine, weighs 2 pounds less, and was 2 inches shorter. I think that's where his friend's nickname Stumpy comes from. Can't be wrong on that front. I'm sure both Catherine and Stuart would agree that being twins has led to a very special bond between them. And although they now live on the opposite sides of the world, that bond is still very much there. I cannot finish though without just taking the L from the lorry, as they are sure to form a new bond by marrying the lovely Lauren. Jim and I are delighted to welcome the new Mrs. Lauren Lorry to our side of the family. We would like to wish them both every happiness and hope there will be many more grandchildren to come in the years ahead. But hope their first holds off making appearances at least tomorrow.
Amazing. And that was the nice story attached to it. There was a brief mention of the engagement ring there. He's a humble guy. There's a beautiful engagement story that I hope you all know. I won't go into too much detail, but has anyone heard about when he bought the engagement ring? Okay, well, he was at the jeweler just admiring this ring, and he went over and he was looking at the ring, and when he went over, he accidentally said that little fart. Hoping no one noticed, he sort of walked over and said to the jeweler, "Oh mate, how much is that ring?" He said, "Oh dude, if you fart looking at it, you better shit yourself in the And so shit yourself in your body. But that closes off this section. We're going to have a good chat, a few drinks, nice main meals coming through. So one more toast to the community charge glasses. It's a toast to marriage. It's a great marriage. It's not when a perfect couple comes together. It's when an imperfect couple learns to enjoy their differences.
Love the waistcoat, but I still think it would look better with kilts. Okay, as you all
shorts, they look like mini skirts. Not enough time with the essentials, yet shorts around the so these are sort of full license to make toast, obviously. We've been planning this wedding for the best part of a year. Well, 2 weddings really. The original one was in the UK, and then we got this one here apart because there's a slight change of plans. Well, I say we, I mean, we already did all the work. I can't take credit for any of the organisation. As I think you'll agree, you've already done an amazing job. Without fair today, stay with you. Everyone's travelled in some way to be here to share this special day, and we're delighted to see you. A special thank you goes out to those of you who travelled halfway across the globe. We've got people from Australia. These are Australians. Australians, South Africa, New Zealand, England, and even as far as Scotland. And all the way from the north of the island. That's really it. It's quite humbling to realise that there are so many friends and family that care so much, and we're willing to travel all the way to York to share this special day. Obviously, there are 2 people who couldn't be here today because of other reasons. That was my dad. Obviously, incredibly good today. Another person was my grandmother Irene. They both could be awesome if you could just say toast to Jim and Irene. But people are not here.
Jim and Irene.
Anyway, I would like to say a big thank you to Linda and Corpus. I would like to say a big thank you to you both for raising a beautiful, intelligent, sometimes southern possibility. I've been told that there's been that comes to Corpus. In all honesty, you both made me feel very welcome. Linda, thank you for your beautiful knitting. For our new daughter, I will not be running short of clothes, thank you for that. And to Corpus, I look forward to playing lots more golf with you and drinking whiskey. I look forward to the many years of getting to know you both better, and to my new extended family, the South African family. Thank you for coming today, and I hope you will have a lacker day. On to my mother. I've always been a rock in my life. Without your love, support, and years, I would not grow up to be a handsome, well-dressed, hard-working, caring man around today. Lauren, thanks for that. My sister, Catherine, and I are both very lucky to have such a kind heart and selfless mother. Your help managing the ministry of these years has meant a great deal to us. I don't say it often enough, but thank you for everything. I think you have sacrificed a lot of life for us first. Thank you. You're both up this week. All the other brothers that tend to bully you and tell you to stop things. You guys done a great job of coming around early, so you're running away. Most of quite funny with good sleep. I would like to say that I'm looking forward to the speech coming up, but I'm not. I would like to give both some for their own permission. It affects their imagination, leads them to make up fanciful stories. Thank you for the presents. Obviously, we haven't managed to open a lot of the presents we get, but Laura and I, we both like to say we're truly grateful for the presents that come, and we will be thanking you for and then what was his name? Maybe you're looking at very good as well. You've done a great job of keeping the light on these last couple of days. It's been great to have you, Jamie, with your two beautiful daughters, Emily and Sienna, stay with us over the last couple of days. And we hope you keep parenting as easy as you made it. I know that Molly looks up to you as her older sister, and she's so happy to be able to spend a special day with you by her side. So, Tilly, thank you for coming this way. Right, on to Lauren. So my gorgeous, beautiful wife, Lauren. I'm so happy I love it. Lauren has been beautifully composed and has done an amazing job. And as we can see that Lauren is just a good first of all, thank you for the hard work I can say. I know I'm not being myself, but someone has to pay for it, so. What can I say about her? She's beautiful, she's intelligent, she's caring, thoughtful. The list then is unfortunate, I can't think of this for writing. But seriously, thank you for here, talk about and sit down, getting around, and keep the life that matter. But since being with Lauren over these years, I cannot imagine how a world without a beautiful smiling face by my side. I can't wait for our new daughter to meet you. She's going to be so happy and lucky to get to life. I know this is the start of being happy together as a family, and I can't wait to start this new picture with you by my side. Lauren, I love you in so many ways and for so many reasons. Because you understand me, which is quite hard to do. Because you believe in my dreams and care about my feelings. Because you make me laugh so hard, smile so often. Because you have a way of bringing the best out of me. But mostly because you're my best friends. To my beautiful life. To my beautiful wife,
Hi everyone, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Nikki, the very proud older sister of our Lord's bride. Wow, I actually cannot believe you made it. Awesome. Congrats to the wonderful couple, and on behalf of Lauren and Stu, thank you all for making the journey here. I was very excited and honoured to be given the title of maid of honour, and then 5 weeks ago, realised that I had to give a speech on candidates. I'm not a fan of talking in front of a group of people. I tried to think of ways to get out of it, but have you tried to say no to Lauren? You'll understand, Stuart, you'll understand. So, what do a marine biologist, a doctor, a psychologist, a nanny, a stewardess, an accountant, a midwife, an English teacher, and a pastry all have in common? Believe it or not, they're all professions Lawrence either wanted to be, studied, or actually done. confused, indecisive, or just so smart she doesn't know which to choose. You decide. Yes, Lauren has always been the brains of the family. She matriculated with honours, 5 A's and a B. She went straight into her tertiary studies, getting her degree in psychology 3 years later. In early 2007, at age 21, she joined a family in Cape Town as their nanny, looking after a newborn and a toddler. Anyone here with children knows that this is no easy task. In 2008, she decided to continue on her studies, getting her honours in psychology. While studying, she worked as a therapist for kids with autism and Asperger's. Just in her spare time, you know, as you do. In September of that year, I asked her to join me on the super yachts. She ditched her studies, sorry mom and dad, for that money, and South Africa, and flew to Greece to join Modi Yacht.
Lauren was a great. Oh, hello. I've run out of
Batteries. Oh, there we go. Okay, I'm not loud. Lauren was a great fit on the boat. Everybody loved her, and she just seamlessly slotted into boating life. However, I think having me boss her around, both professionally and personally, was just too much to bear. Don't worry, love, Jamie can sympathise with her. She moved to Auckland, New Zealand in July 2009 and worked at a dance studio doing her accounts. Ashley! Ashley from the studio had travelled all the way from New Zealand to be with her today. Turning the page. In December 2011, she decided to take another job on a sailing yacht called Vertigo. A few of you are here today, and folks, this is where she met Stuart. I never met Stuart before she dated my sister, so I can't tell you any embarrassing stories. What I can tell you is that he makes my sister happy, he treats her with respect, and he loves her. What else do I really need to know? My dad has nicknamed Stu the Bulldog, and he's nicknamed my husband Paunchy. Since he was a favourite to the room. Lauren and I have always been very close. We shared a room for 12 years. Mom dressed us the same every child she got. We started modelling together. Of course, Lauren came first numerous times. We joined the same dance studio where Lauren excelled in modern tap and ballet. We went to the same junior and high school where Lauren excelled in all the subjects. Then, really, are you seeing a pattern? Thank goodness I'm the eldest, otherwise I have nothing going for me. We fought, yes, but we also had a great friendship. Or have. I couldn't ask for a better sister. No one can make you laugh quite like a sister can, and the bond is like no other. Now, I couldn't write this speech and not mention who couldn't be with us today. Our 2 stepbrothers living in South Africa who were unable to make it, and our dear brother Simon who passed away 20 years ago. Well, I know he's looking down on you and he's so very proud of the woman you've become. He also would have loved to meet the Bulldog. We also have grandparents on both sides that are no longer with us and are missed by us all. Love isn't always perfect. It isn't a fairy tale or a storybook, and it doesn't always come easy. Love is overcoming obstacles, facing challenges, fighting to be together, holding on and never letting go. It is a short word, easy to spell, difficult to define, and impossible to live without. Love is work, but most of all, love is realizing that every hour, every minute, and every second was worth it because you did it together. Please raise your glasses. I toast my sister and new brother-in-law. Muchas felicidades. Salud.
So we'll go from beautiful words to the best men speaking about. Without further ado, let's get the boys up. It's Ian and Max.
You want to then? Thanks, man. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We have now reached the point of the evening where we get to watch the groove shift uncontrollably, nervous in anticipation of what's to come. Don't worry, Stuart. I will be gentle. No. As some of you may know, Stuart was my best man 7 years ago. I've been patiently waiting for this day for a while. You ready, Stuart?
Oh yeah, bring it on.
But before that comes, before we decimate the room, I would like to say how beautiful Lauren looks today. I would like to make a toast to the bride and the bridesmaid.
And the bridesmaids.
The fact that so many of you have travelled so far to be here on this special day is not only a tribute to Stuart and Lauren, but also to their love. Okay, so to get a better idea of how they feel about each other, I asked both Molly and Stu to write a little bit about how they first met, when they fell in love, and how they feel about each other. So Lauren, the amazing woman she is, put her heart and soul into it, and gave me about 20 pages. Stu, so on here, he's written a few things. Can't really read because bloody boys are shit. Tits, arse, tits. Oh no. Lauren, on the other hand, reminded me why Stuart is one of my closest friends, and has been since I met him 16 years ago at the UKSA. So, Max and I also took time to speak to a few other people in Stu's life. Admittedly, we may need to get as much done as possible, but a few objectives to get them done. So, we've got pissed, idiots. No, it's not like this. No. Okay. The others we've got. Here we are. Adventurous, determined, generous, honest, loyal, and of course, just a little bit accident prone. So, true best friend style, with a little story to go along with each one of these. So we'll start with adventures. Stuart, as Helen said, has always been an adventure. So much so that his class not only had foresight, like normal children, but a lid as well to stop him climbing out. Nevertheless, one day, Helen received a call from her alarmed neighbour saying there was a baby on their roof. Yep, at only 18 months, Stuart had managed to get out of his car, into the bathroom, up the toilet, out the tiny window, and onto the flat roof. Luckily, Helen, the loving mother that she is, was up that stairs in a flash, out the window, and rescued Stuart before the neighbour would say, retarded child. So, the next one we have is accident prone. As we all know, Stu's not known for his good timing. At the age of 7, 1 week before a family summer holiday, Stu decided he wanted to learn to ski. So, Helen took him to the local dry slope, where he probably fell over and broke his hand. As if going on holiday with one hand in plaster wasn't bad enough, while in France, Stu got the biggest splinter in the other hand while playing a slide. Spending the rest of the holiday with both hands in bandages. That insult to injury, the doctor prescribed oral salts and antibiotics in the form of suppositories. I remember. I think we all know we never had a good hand or finger
She knows it. She knows it. Right, determined. At 60 years old, Stuart, completely out of the blue, said to Helen he wanted to study marine engineering. But the closest course was in Southampton, 40 miles away. A long way, we live in the countryside and don't have any transport. Still, Stu wasn't giving up. At 16, the only option he had was to get his moped license. Even though later on he failed his full motorcycle test twice and had to go to special school to pass. On this occasion, he actually passed. And for his first outing, he asked Mum and Sis to follow him in the car, just to make sure. He pulled out the house, down the road, onto the main road, onto the dual carriageway, into the fast lane, and drove at 30 miles an hour. All the way. Oblivious that all the car drivers behind him, honking and beeping the whole way. Anyway, after the first successful outing, Stuart spent a whole year commuting, come rain or shine, 5 hours every day to get that course done.
So this brings us on to generous. Stuart is a very, very generous chap. So much so, at the age of 15, when the Laurie family got their first computer, he wanted to share his technology with his close friend, Edward Hines. They didn't stand up. Edward Hines. Edward was not there we go. Thank you, Edward. Stand up. Stay stood up. Stay stood up. So, both sons and Eddie spent hours and hours on educational websites. Both French and German must have been amazing. And definitely no one lives in bands. But soon, as computers do, it became obsolete, needed replacing. Luckily, Stu's mum worked at their house school. They decided and they offered training for old computers. The next day, however, much to her surprise, she was abruptly summoned to the first office. Poor old Ellen was accused of sordid online activity. For a woman of her position at that school, and actually faced dismissal.
This brings us nicely onto Stuart's next trait, honesty. Although I'm not sure in this instance Stuart came forward on his own accord, or whether Helen and Jim had something to do with it. Anyway, Stuart and Eddie went to see the bursar with their tails between their legs, sincerely apologised and saved Helen's job and her dignity. Well done, Stuart. This was a big lesson to Stuart. One that Lauren can attest to him having learnt every time she opens the laptop at home. Always delete your internet history.
So this brings us on to loyal. I read this as it says it. The dictionary defines loyal as giving or showing a firm and constant support or allegiance to a person or institution. Now, I've known Stu since we first met at Scouts 25 years ago. Since that time, Stu has been the most loyal friend I've could have asked for. As some of you know, I recently had a bit of an accident on a large horse. Needless to say, it didn't end too well. No shoes. So as soon as something found out, he called me, not to wish him well, but like a true British friend, to absolutely rip the piss. Stuart, regardless of your mistaken, you are the most loyal friend.
Thanks, Alfie.
You will make a wonderful husband, an amazing father, and a reasonable captain.
Finally, as best men, we're supposed to close our speech with some advice for the happy couple's future. If some of you know me, you'll know I am wholly the wrong person to give any sort of relationship advice, let alone marriage advice. save myself embarrassment, I'm going to follow the wise words of my golfer, which is Max, shut up.
I'll take over. Now, I've been happily married for 7 years. So suddenly, I have 3 golden rules to a happy marriage. But I live by. Number 1, agree with your wife always. A happy wife equals a happy life. Motorbike trips.
Motorbike trips. Motorbike trips.
Number 2, never go to bed on argument. If you do, have a big enough house with separate bedrooms. And the third one, which George you will agree with, never, ever, ever buy a bloody farm.
Ladies and gentlemen,
These are your glasses.
toast to the happy couple. And this is how a normal white person looks like on Max's stool. Alright, so in closing, we are done up here and we have to go to party town, which is down the other room. But again, just keeping the theme running along on the advice, all the things we've been talking about tonight, I finally did get some good advice from my mum. And she said that, where is it? It's basically that a successful marriage requires falling in love many times, always with the same person. And a good person will never want to change anything about you except for your last name, even if it sounds a bit like your first name. So one final toast before we get up and get out of here. To the bride and groom, what an amazing day, what an amazing couple. Can't wait to live and breathe